This road brings back memories. My parents used to own a bread store, breadsmith franchise, and we had one. Well, it's coming up ahead here, but this is the road I would always take to the bread store, straight down Harlem for about 15 miles. And this is when I was in high school and partway through college during the summers when I'd come home. But I would work the night shift, and I'd be coming down this road at 2 a.m., you know, and I'd have like no sleep. And this part right here was the only part. It was like the scariest part of this road because it's the only thing you can hit. It's a big frickin' it's a bridge, so it's got all those pylons and whatnot. I'm gonna stop. And I would drive with my friend Todd, and he would fall asleep like right before that part and wake up, and I would wake him up. And it was just I mean, it's funny to look back on it, and I suppose it was funny back then because we were just stupid kids fucking around at the time. But yeah, night shift is terrible. Sleeping during the day, you're up at night. I mean, it's novel at first, but it gets old very quickly. People are doing stuff during the day, so no, I have to sleep. I've been up for 30 hours and I need to sleep. I'd really like to go hang out or do this or that. So at the bread store, I would get in at midnight or 2 a.m. and we'd mix the bread. There was this big mixer with a bowl about like that big. I don't know if you saw how far my arms might have been stretched out so much that they didn't actually get into the camera, but it was a big mixer anyways. 3 feet in diameter. 4 feet, 3.5, 4 feet in diameter. And you just threw all the flour in and press the button, let it mix, do this or that, and then you'd have 200 pounds of dough that you have to take out, put in these buckets, let it rise, and then wait an hour or so. You know, we'd have like 10 or 12 buckets just waiting for the yeast to do its thing, and then and then the dough would rise, and then we would form it. Then forming would go on from like 2 a.m. to 7 or 8 a.m. You'd make rolls, loaves, boules, all that stuff. After a while, you get really good at it. At first, when you're learning how to shape dough into its proper form so that it bakes well, it's terrible. You like have no idea what you're doing. You're just kind of rubbing your hands around. You're not quite sure if this is working. I could make an analogy to that, but I'm not going to. But after you get it down, I don't know, it goes really quick, and you try to explain it to someone else, and you say, well, you do this, you know, you move your hand like that, and rotate it this way and that, and then it never comes across. You just kind of have to do it and get a feel for it. So yeah, that was spent 2 or 3 years, maybe 3 or 4 even, doing that. I was in high school, and I would go to school during the days, obviously like normal, and then on the weekends I'd have to work night shifts. That just completely messed up my schedule. And you know, I was in high school, so I like to go out on weekends and hang out with my friends. So I would go out on Friday or Saturday, and everyone would be tired, you know. And what is this guy doing? Everyone would be tired and go home, and I would just go into work. I remember the one time I had detention in high school, Saturday detention. which is the strictest or worst punishment of you can get for detention, is to come in on a Saturday morning. I went out Friday night, I went to work, and then I had detention afterwards. And keep in mind, I'm working with flour and dough and all this crap for 8 hours. So I totally get covered. This guy's gonna let him through. No, he's just gonna mosey along. This light is short, and I hate when people dilly-dally. I hate that term. Take their time. I hate when people take their time and then they fuck over people behind them because they were talking on their phone or doing what else. So anyways, I show up to Saturday detention just covered in flour. And the guys are like, what the fuck happened to you? I'm like, I was fucking working all night. Luckily I got to work with my friends because my parents hired on a bunch of my friends because it's so hard to find reliable night shift workers. So at the very least I can, you know, hang out with them and mess around. Oh buddy. Go, 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 go. He'll let you through because you got traffic. And this is Johnny's. Johnny's is always packed. It's always hard to find a spot, but luckily spots aren't difficult on a motorcycle. I wonder if I could park there. Hey, there you go. I'm gonna take up this spot right here. I take up full spots because I hate the fact that you can get tickets for parking in certain areas. Motorcycles do at the very, I mean, parking on the sidewalk or parking in between cars in some instances. It's like, fuck you, what space are they taking up? So, they want me to be illegal. I will inconvenience everyone. Will it make a difference? No. Maybe? I don't know, I'm gonna get some meat.